Okay, welcome back. In this episode, we are creating our first shapes because we have everything we need to create circles and polygons, or at least to draw them. For this, I'm gonna create a new folder and I'm gonna name that, not inside the utils folder, inside the engine folder, and I'm gonna call this shapes. Pretty easy. And there, I'm gonna create a shape.js file. Then I'm gonna create a rectangle.js file, one circle.js file, and finally a polygon.js file. There we go. The shape.js file or class will be our base class for every shape. And yeah, I'm gonna implement this one first. It's just gonna be a class shape with a constructor. And this constructor has vertices, so points to draw the shape. And maybe you're asking, but circles don't have any vertices. Yeah, that's true. And that's why we're gonna override some things in the circle class later. Actually, we do have, or we give circle one vertice, but this is just to draw a line from the center to the outside, so we can see that it's actually rotating. Yeah, that's it basically. So we are adding vertices, and in this I'm gonna set member variable vertices. There you go. And also I don't want to create or instantiate shape instances, so I'm gonna say new.target. If that's shape, then I'm gonna throw an exception, and it's gonna be throw new type error, for example. And I say cannot construct abstract instances, because this shape class would be an abstract class. If you're doing this in C# or Java, for example, of course you can set that to a normal class, but I would set it to an abstract because I don't want to instantiate any shapes, or no instances of the base class. That's why. Yeah. Just finish this one, class shape, and there we go. And now we have a base method, which is called draw, and this one has the canvas context. And now for the shape, we want to draw every vertice which is given by the creation of our subclasses. So I'm going to iterate through every vertice, and I'm going to do that by, say, let I is 1, and I smaller than this dot vertices length, and I plus plus, and then we're gonna use draw utils, draw line, and then this vertices I minus 1 to this dot vertices to I. All right, this is going to draw a line from the previous vertice to the current vertice. Pretty easy. Yeah, but if we leave that like this, we're going to run into a problem. For example, if we have a polygon, then there are not all lines drawn, because we still need to connect the end to the start again, and we basically have a hole then. So we need to still call another time the drawLine method, and this is going to be the end of the vertices. So this is basically the length minus 1. That's the really last vertice in our array, and then to the first one. Start vertices 0. And of course, don't forget to set a color. I'm gonna say black for now. And there too. There we go. Okay, I think that should work. I'm gonna try that later on. Now let's go to the circle class. The circle class is, yeah, like almost the same. Just call class circle extends shape. It also has a constructor, a position, of course, and of a radius. So no vertices here. But I'm gonna call the super constructor. This wants to have a vertice. So just call it like this, super. And I'm gonna add 2 vertices in that. And that's gonna be from the center to the outside, so plus radius. And this is going to be a line from the center to the right, well, to the right line, yeah, to the circle. We're gonna see it in a minute. And then of course I need to set these values too. So this position and this radius like this. And then we need to implement the draw method. It's also quite easy. Just call super to draw. With super to draw, we're gonna draw the line. We give it with that. And then we're just gonna call draw utils again, and this time stroke point with this dot position and this dot radius, and also the color of black. All right, that's the circle. Good. Then let's go to the rectangle. The rectangle, like the circle one, I call it rectangle. Extends this time. Yeah, we're gonna extend this time from polygon instead of shape. We don't have polygon implemented yet, so we're gonna do it in the next one. And again, we have a constructor, and we give it a position a width and a height. So we can easily create a rectangle out of these values. And then of course, I'm going to set these values to the member variables. So position is that width, and this dot height, the height. All right. And now we still need to call the super commands. And of course I need to write these ones in here. And then call the super. And here we are adding the vertices again. And this time it's gonna be, again, 4 vectors for the position. So the first position is the top left corner of a rectangle. So this position minus the width divided by 2. So basically the position is the center of our rectangle, and we are setting the left vertex or the left corner now in relative to the center. Yeah, the x is position x minus width divided by 2, and the position y, y is minus the height divided by 2. Why minus? Because the canvas, it depends on the canvas. Because if you go to the browser again, oh, wait a sec, there we go. Okay, I still have my funky arrows, but the canvas, it depends on which framework you're using. Because the coordinate system of the canvas can increase from the bottom here to the top, basically, and from left to the right. But most of the times it's the other way around, where the y value is increasing, or the 0 position is actually on top of there, and x is increasing in this direction, and y is increasing in the downwards direction, and that's why we need to subtract the height divided by 2. So if your coordinate system is down there, you need to make a plus sign out of the minus. Okay, so let's jump back. Yeah, for the rest of the edges, for the corners, this is going to be the right corner. This time plus width, and a position y minus 8 divided by 2. Then the next one is the bottom right corner. This is going to be position x plus width divided by 2 with a position y, this time plus height divided by 2. And the last one is the bottom left corner, and this is going to be the position x minus width divided by 2 and the position y plus the height divided by 2. There we go. This is our rectangle class. And now for the last class, we are going to implement the polygon class. This is actually the easiest one, at least now. And yeah, just type again class polygon extends shape. and without the round braces, and add a constructor vertices and just call super vertices. And that's basically it for now. We are gonna add some more things later on, but for now we're just gonna pass everything to the shape class. Okay. The next thing is we need to add all the classes we defined to our engine so we can actually use it. I'm just gonna copy this one and say it's in the shapes folder, and there we go. We can just add this like this. I'm gonna copy that 3 more times. This is rectangle, the polygon, and the shape.js. Okay, cool. And I think actually we can draw some test things. Let's say we are gonna draw, yeah, we can remove this one for now. We don't need that anymore. And now we can create a circle, a rectangle, and maybe a polygon too. Technically, a rectangle is a polygon, but to see it really working, maybe we could add all the 3 things just for testing purpose. So I'm gonna declare variable test circle is a new circle, and I'll set the position to 100 and 100 with a radius of 50. Okay, and then I'm gonna call this in the draw method. I'll just say draw ctx, even though we're not using the context in here, but as I said earlier, it's just kind of habit. Also for a C# and Java users, probably more convenient. Okay, so let's jump back to the browser and see if that worked. There we go, we can see we have a reference error. Shape is not defined at circle. Okay, so there's a problem with that. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look and I'm gonna see you later. Okay, there we go. Maybe you found that error error this time faster than me. It's actually quite simple. Luckily, we just need to move this line before the other shape classes and files, and then it should work. And we should see our circle. There we go. And this is what I mean. This line from the center to the to the outer line, just to see if that circle is really spinning. Without that line, we couldn't see it, or we would not see it. Okay, that's for the circle. Let's add the rectangle too. The rectangle. For this one, I'm just gonna create basically the same thing. This time I'm calling it test rect. A new rectangle. And this is gonna be at 400 and 400, the position. And now I just can pass a width. This is gonna be 500 and a height of 350. And just like the circle one, draw that. Let's go to the browser. Don't forget to save. Refresh. And there we go. We have another problem. That's the exact same thing. But I need to change the order again, and this time the polygon, because rectangle needs the polygon, so I need to move the polygon before that. There we go. And now it should work. There we go. There's our rectangle. Awesome. And now for the very last, we can add a polygon too. But this is going to be maybe a little bit more complex, because we need to pass an array of positions, of the vertex positions. I'm going to do that like this. I'm going to call this obviously test polygon. New polygon. And there I need to pass an array of vertices. Like we did with the rectangle here. It's just almost the same. Actually, I could copy that, and I think I will. And I just pass it in there. And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna remove one position, so we should get a triangle. And I'm gonna say the position of the first vertex is going to be at 500 and 500. The position of the next vertex is going to be 600 and 600. And the position of the last vertex is going to be 400, also 600. So let's see what's happening now. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, let's see what's going on now. Refresh, and there we go. We have our rectangle. Awesome. And now we can just yeah, add more vertices to that. For example, I could add, I don't know, let's say this is 600 and 700. Then I'm gonna add this one. This is now 400 and 6. Yeah, just try what's going to happen. And yeah, there we go. We have a basic polygon. All right. So that's it for the shapes. This for now. And yeah, hope you have a nice day and see you in the next episode.